Was it aimed at like teenagers and stuff, like more for the younger generation, normally like teens to 25?
High school comedy.
Teen comedy.
It was a teenage film, so like a rom-com.
I think it was a comedy.
I think it was a chick flick.
Comedy.
The genre of the film was like a teenager comedy.
Teen comedy. I don't know really. It was like lots of things. Because it was just basically about a teenager who was getting frustrated with her family barging into her room. So obviously teenagers and young adults like obviously know how that feels and so can relate to it. So that's why I placed it into that category.
Music in the background gave that sort of atmosphere.
Music, the characters, and pretty much mise en scène.
You could see by the design of the house room, the music playing as you went through the intro, it was all girly, sort of like happy. You could see that it was aimed at like teenagers.
The over-the-top acting in it and the shots that we used were pretty fast and all wiggly.
The fast-paced music, just the general vibe the film gave off.
It had a lot of girly stuff. It was basically a girl's room, and she woke up and she was sort of doing things to do with fashion, getting ready. So.
First of all, there was a teenager in it, and it was set in a teenage girl's room. And the music helped.
Probably because of like the set of the room, and also because like it was a teenager, and just because like the things that a teenager would kind of get up to. I liked how it was zoomed in on the like things at the start. It was like a beginning of the film which I really like enjoyed, and I like how it just cut to like different parts where she was like wearing the crown and things like that. It was really
Opening shot, the way it was continuous and how it kept going, it was good.
I like the narrative. I like the way in which it's filmed, i.e. the title sequences and stuff like that.
I like the intro scene where you went around the room showing all the different items that the girl would have, so like emphasising the fact that she's still a teenager, showing like school books, makeup, all of that stuff. It identifies it as a teenage film.
The general plotline seemed interesting.
The fast-paced music, just the general vibe the film gave off.
I liked how the camera it showed the whole room to like introduce you to the character and the genre of the film.
I liked the music and the panning of the camera and the dancing because that made me laugh, and the family bit when that came in, I thought that was quite funny.
Everything.
I think when you're zooming into the things, it was a bit wobbly, and sometimes there was some of the words that were said, were stuttered, like you could tell. And I think the bit where she twirls out of bed and then goes like that, I think that could be a little bit improved because it looks like she's done that on purpose, like for the camera. But everything else is.
At one point, one of the actors was looking directly into the camera.
When she's in the bathroom, the lighting was really like bad.
At some point, the focus and lighting. Also, at some point, some of the actors were looking directly into the camera when I'm assuming that's not what it was meant to be. Well, sure, that was involuntary.
In the intro scene, the camera moving about was a bit shaky and you could see it go in and out of focus. Maybe if you reshot it and tried to keep the camera more steady to give a better view for the audience. Also, the writing was, maybe you could have used a different font to highlight the fact that it was a teenage comedy, so something a bit more bold, maybe like pink to connote with the rest of the intro scene.
The acting in it, but it's not necessarily important if it's well put together. There are some continuity errors in it, and No, it's just that actually.
Some of the acting was a little bit questionable. That's about it.
I think the lighting could have been improved, and especially with the scene with the mirror, because it's quite dark.
Well, no one sleeps like this, which made me laugh a bit. But maybe that was part because it was a comedy. And just because of like the set of the room, and also because like it was a teenager, and just because like the things that a teenager would kind of get up to.